Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the podcast. Today is Thursday. We are almost there, people. It is Thursday. Tech Thursdays. And in today's Tech Thursday, we have a second part of a two-parter. Apple versus Android. So last week, I'm sure I got a lot of hate listing the 5 reasons as to why Apple is better than Android. But don't give up on me yet, because in this episode, I'm giving you 5 reasons as to why Android is better than Apple. So let's get right to it, yeah? Android. Oh, the green robot. The bane of many Apple users' existences. There's so many memes about Android users from Apple users. The hate is real. The anger, the vitriol, the disdain. It is definitely real. I see it in my own personal relationships with Apple versus Android users. We're always bickering. We're always taking little jabs here and there at each other. But we are going to settle it today. At the end of this episode, I am going to tell you who I have sided with in this tech war of phone companies. All right, so let's begin. Reason number 1 as to why Android phones are better than Apple phones. Android phones have expandable memory. That's something that you feel maybe should come standard with phones, but guess what? iPhones do not have expandable storage. I know plenty of people with Apple phones who are fighting for every inch of space on their phone. Now, this doesn't apply to everybody. There's some, more elderly people that have phones and they just use it for calling and texting and some light web browsing, and they're not hurting for space. But for the most part, the power users, the people who download tons of apps, takes tons of videos and pictures, eventually, whether it's a few months in or a year or so in, they find themselves hurting for space. And it's truly a sad sight to see. They're looking through their photo album or their apps, and they're trying to figure out who to sacrifice and what memory to delete, or what video that I have that, man, I really like this video, but I don't like it as much as the other ones, so let me delete this one. Or with apps, you're looking through your apps and you're like, okay, what haven't I used in a long time? And you realize you're using most of your apps, but you still have to make that sacrifice. Now, of course, there's solutions. You can utilize the cloud, but not everyone likes using cloud services. So the sacrificing has to happen eventually. So a point for the Android crowd. See, I'm not biased in one direction or another. Expandable memory. Android users can buy an SD card, and it could be 500 megs. It could be 256 megabytes. Whatever you need, you can expand your memory easily. You can go to the store, you buy a micro SD for pretty cheap nowadays, and problem solved. No sacrifices necessary. Point number 2 on why Apple is not better than Android. Android phones are universal. Now, what do I mean by that? They're universal in the sense that they have more accessibility when it comes to the type of chargers they can use. You can use tons of different third-party chargers. Also, back to the whole expandable storage thing, you can buy an SD card, and you can buy any SD card. It's not proprietary. It's not like they have a specific one that you have to buy that works with your phone. No, it's universal. You can use a USB-C charger of any kind, any brand, anywhere, and it will be compatible with your phone, which is great. I can't tell you the convenience of that. You just have to experience it. Point number 3, lower cost of entry. Price and affordability, ladies and gentlemen. Not everybody can afford an iPhone. And now with Apple, they have a brand, they have a name, they can justify the charges that they put on their phone. But with Android, they don't have to worry about that. There's an Android phone for anyone out there. You can get a higher end Android phone. You can get a basic entry level. There's a price point for anyone who's looking to get into the Android phone game. So, price and affordability, lower cost of entry. Now, some people may turn up their nose to that and say, why would you want to buy a cheap phone? Well, guess what? Not everybody wants a super expensive phone. And most Apple phones, with the exception of maybe the lower models, are pretty expensive. And even the lower models, even though the not as powerful models, are definitely expensive compared to the cheapest Android phones that you can find out there. Price and affordability, guys. There's one for everybody. Point number 3. These phones are endlessly customizable. Android phones have the user's personality embedded in them. I can pick up an Apple user's phone and immediately know how to use it, know where to go. It's all, the layout and everything is pretty much the same. With Android phones, if I'm borrowing a phone from a friend, it has their personality on it. I mean, from the layout of the apps to the look, the widgets, everything is personal to you. You can customize it any way you want, which is beautiful. Now, some people may not want that. Maybe they may think it's too complicated. Well, I guess Android phones aren't for you. But for the people who love Android phones, yes, customization is everything. I'm talking even from the lock screen onward. You can put anything you want, any picture. You can put any app in any place. You can move it. You can drag and drop. You can make it simple. You can complicate it as much as possible. I have never seen two Android phones look alike unless they just bought it. So, yes, these phones are endlessly customizable. You can do just about anything with them and unlock the full potential of that phone without even rooting the device or jailbreaking the device. Speaking of customization, we're not even going to get into the fact that you can download third-party apps. Now, there is an element of danger, but if you're careful enough, you will find some of the greatest apps not known to man. Things that aren't in the Google Play Store that you have to do a little research to find, and they're perfectly safe. You just have to be a little more careful. Now, again, maybe if you're risk averse and you don't like the element of danger, Apple is probably the place to go because their security is airtight when it comes to apps. But in Android, you can find a number of excellent apps that Google doesn't even know about. So, just another area where Android definitely beats out Apple. Serviceability. What does that mean? Well, that means your ability to repair your phone, the repair costs, the ease of repair is infinitely better than Apple's. In fact, Apple sometimes will void your warranty if you try to repair that device yourself. So if you end up dropping your phone and the screen cracks, or if you need to replace the internal battery in your Android phone, you can easily do so. Just looking up a quick tutorial online and ordering a few very inexpensive parts, you'll be able to do it on your own. Anyone can do it. Can't say that for Apple phones. And bringing them to Apple to repair can be very costly if it's outside its warranty. Also, just bringing it to a third party to repair an Apple device, it can be incredibly expensive, and it can be, frankly, dangerous because it can void the warranty on the phone. So, serviceability, guys. If you want to repair your own device, all my DIYers out there, and even if you're not DIY or tech savvy when it comes to repairing devices, you can bring it to a third party to repair it, and it won't cost you too much. Another point for Android. Reason number 5 as to why Android is better than Apple. And this might be one of the most important reasons, if not the most important reason. Android phones are more innovative. Yes, every iPhone feature that's come out in recent memory in the recent years, you can bet that Android had that feature first. Android had fingerprint scanners first. They're the first to have the foldable phones. They have just an endless number of cool, innovative features. Now, that being said, we can say that not all of these innovative features stick, and some of them are just colossal failures in general. But they're always trying to push the envelope, which is fascinating to me. So yes, Android phones are always trying something new. They're always integrating and implementing new technologies into their phones to make the user experience exciting every single time they release a phone. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 5 reasons why Android is better than Apple. Now, which side are you on? Or more importantly, which side am I on? Now, I teased it on the last episode that I would tell you what side I'm on at the end of this episode. And we are approaching the end of this episode. So, whose team am I on? Which phone does it for me? Well, Android all day, suckers. I'm sorry, but it is my personal belief that when you buy something, it needs to be yours completely. Now, I'm not saying, you should be allowed to copy someone's intellectual properties and hack and do all this stuff, but I'm just saying when you buy a piece of technology, you should be able to fully utilize that piece of technology. And with Android, I truly believe that you can fully utilize this device. Yes, I love having full control. I love being able to tinker with settings, and I love making mistakes. Yeah, I know that's weird, but I do. Sometimes I'm messing with something to further optimize the phone, and oops, maybe I shouldn't have tweaked that setting. Maybe I'll set it back, but it's mine and my choice alone to do. I'm not shackled. I'm not chained in when I'm using my phone, unlike iPhone users. Ha, sheeps. Or should I say sheep? However that goes. Anyway, yes, I am Team Android. I love my Note 10. I've had my Note 10 for a few years now, and it just doesn't fail. I love using the stylus. I love the note apps. I love being able to download a third-party app whenever I want, and it does something cool that nothing on the Google Play Store can actually do. I just love my Android phone. And I just think that Android is the phone for the common person. You know, like iPhone users they seem to always have their nose turned up. I don't mean to paint with a broad brush, but every iPhone user I come across is just a little too cocky. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Not to mention the endless amount of memes that these guys be coming out with, trashing Android users, and we're just minding our own business, enjoying our endlessly customizable phones and our rooted devices. So yes, Team Android all the way. But it doesn't mean that I'm not willing to give iPhones a chance. It's just I still, to this day, have not fallen in love with a single iPhone that I have come across. So, ball's in your court, Apple. Impress me, and maybe I will jump ship. But for now, Android all the way, baby. And that's Tech Tuesday, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope these different comparisons and the contrast between the two was made clear. I hope maybe I swayed you onto our side. But if I haven't, whatever. Do you. Take care. See you tomorrow.